I'd say it was the naming of like these, forte, piano, and also naming of the trilling, melisma, their naming and ornamentation. They've used they've stuffed up a few things, but not a lot, and they've made, you know, a good amount of valid points. Hopefully you're seeing how advanced we are already and how well we can do. Basically, if the state had seen our response, this person would have gone further down the ladder, and that's what we want to do, start pushing them down the state. So let's have a look at the top of the state, see how we compare to them, because that's really all we care about. Alright, first thing an examiner is going to notice is the structure of their response. This person has looked at the question, gone, right, I need to talk about the solo singer, which they've got there, pitch, which they've got there, and expressive techniques, which they've got there. This person has stayed really focused and structured their response very, very well. I used to recommend students to do that, to put the headings down the page. The only reason I stopped doing that was because sometimes there's only maybe 4 things to talk about with pitch and then a lot of expressive techniques, and you ended up with big gaps in your response. And also sometimes, and this was the worst thing, they do ask for all concepts, and to put the headings down for every single thing just took too long, and it didn't give you much room when you needed it, and at other points you had lots of gaps. So that's why I've sort of changed our approach. Anyway, falsetto, they mean sort of head voice for female. Vibrato, yes, sings from the stomach and from the throat. Yes, legato, French. Sustains voice, notes often, an example there would be good. Style of scat, introduce, not singing actual words but sounds, great. Staccato in the beginning. Can you see how they've just got to the point really quickly? They haven't waffled on like the other two at all, and their structure is so nice, which helps them to give the valid points. When an examiner is trying to count up the valid points, they're able to just go 1, 2, 3. It's very easy to mark. You're always going to go better when it's easy to mark. Right, pitch varies, pointless. Pointless comment. Use of wide pitch. Range, we need the word range. Predominantly singing in high registers, does not falter, okay, whatever. Sometimes in the beginning, dipping down, yes, we've used the word diving, or glissando would have been the best one, to extremely low notes in low register. Medium range is used during midsection of the song. Yes, I'm just slightly concerned they might be talking about the register, not the range, but it's still a valid point. Last section, she accesses the highest registers. That's all I've said about pitch, and they haven't notated it. Remember, this is the best response in the state. Does this mean this is the best you could do? No. So far, we're way better than this person did. But this is one of the very, very few exams in the HSC where they grab all the responses and go through them before they discuss what deserves a band 5, band 6. So it's very important that you show that you're much better than the big slab of exams sitting in front of a tired examiner. So when this one came along, it was obviously a lot better than what everyone else managed to do. Female vocalist is a soprano, uses techniques, vibrato, often in her voice, sometimes singing from the throat, but most often from the stomach. They've already said that above. Legato, voice, singing, vivace, techniques, varies from beginning section when she adds staccatoed high notes to the lyrics. Yeah, very wordy and not a very direct point made there. It could have been improved. Melodic ornamentation, yes. Seemingly she accesses techniques of falsetto in her voice. Head voice, not falsetto. Section of scat, not fixating on lyrics but freely ranging in pitch, making noises rather than words. Can you notice she's just repeating herself from what she said above? It was fine before. Sings clearly, also slurs, yes, that's legato. Dips and adds grunt to her voice. Yes, we know what she means there. We used gravelly tone, I think, somewhere to say the same thing. Occasionally, for sexiness, from the throat. Okay, I would have just said for expression. Have I accidentally? She also tends to use the technique of sliding between notes in a voice. Yes, it's called glissando. Voice plays with dynamic techniques, changing between loud to soft. Yes. Again, we've said where that goes loud to soft, but in which exact section and how they contrast between the two. We've gone into so much more detail than this just by using the chart. Tone colour, sexy, bright, cheeky, expressed through her voice. Is that an expressive technique? Well, she has managed to tie this in really cleverly. I like it when people twist something, and this is tone colour is sexy, bright, cheeky, is expressed. They've used words here like sexy and cheeky, which are tone colours, but also expressions. So a clever last point there. And oppositely shooting voice to extreme heights in pitch. Yes, at the end, she really, really belts out an extremely high note. That's the best the state did. We've done a lot better than that. End of story.